they hear us on stream?
No, it's the other way around. No, we.
Hello.
Hey.
Everyone.
So go on.
Resort to sign language.
That's not what
Wow.
we're saying.
I don't know why, but Stream Elements came through my headset 100 times the volume, and that almost deafened me. Hi.
That's great. Our producer tonight is deaf. That's going to be great. That's going to
Gonna
work
be
really
great.
well.
Ow. Hi, everyone. Welcome. We're back. Happy Friday. Hope you've made it through the week. We are here once again, playing Blades in the Dark.
Bit of bid.
Except for we've got a lot of lights on us because otherwise green screens wouldn't work. So it's Blades in the Dark, but with a lot of light. You don't have to laugh at my joke, sorry. Right,
We won't, don't worry.
moving swiftly on from
There was
that
a joke?
bad attempt of humour.
Sorry, hold on.
Yes. Thank you. Right,
Yes.
well,
I bet you he's gonna add a laugh track to his stream deck now.
So what game are we playing?
okay. We're playing Blades in the Dark. Yeah.
We start again.
You know, no.
Okay.
And stars you mean to go on, they say.
Yeah.
Yes!
Why don't you start with telling everyone what's coming up on Infinite Monkey Tales while I think of a better
Well.
joke?
We may be here a while. I'll talk slow.
No, you have to do it in the using only interpretive dance as a means of communication.
Who, me?
Yeah, that'll kill some time.
Okay.
Or we do it as charades.
No.
I
Basically.
like the idea
No.
of charades, actually.
Okay, guys, so we are tonight playing Blades of the Dark, which is being DM'd by some old pirate.
DM'd?
GM'd by some old pirate.
We're going to get copyright strike now. Thanks, Ange.
I know what.
Jesus.
Say it. Tomorrow we have our offline Mysteries of Blackhall, which is on at 2 till 5 p.m, which is being ran by Kaldari, who's also in the game. And then tomorrow evening we're going back to the Lost, which is being ran by Croy over in the middle at the top there. So, and then on Tuesday we are doing... I've forgotten what it's called. Those Dark Places.
Yeah, we're going to for part 2 of those dark
Places.
With any luck.
So yeah, so we're going to go
Assuming
for
that
part 2
everybody's
of
okay for
that
that.
on Tuesday night. So we are going to stream that. So it's a midweek stream, which you don't normally get from us. So come along and sit down and enjoy and go with a Tuesday night stream, because it's the only night that we could get 6 people.
We don't know if it's actually happening yet. 'Cause we've not
Yeah, we've got to go
heard
check
back
with
from
Jess, but I
everyone.
think we'll be alright with Jess. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but it's like the only night out of everyone we can get everyone in one place in midweek. So that's where we've gone with that
Yeah.
one.
We
Next,
just have a cardboard cutout.
But
Yeah.
if you aren't around, and everyone has commitments, and that we don't expect everyone to be here. If you can't be around,
Shame.
it will go up onto our YouTube. So why don't you go and check out our YouTube?
YouTube.
And we'll
YouTube.
make sure that the part 1, in case you missed that, part 1 will be up before Tuesday, so that you can catch up on what you missed, because that was one spectacular game.
It was
If I
good.
do
It
say
was.
so
I enjoyed watching that. So, and then next Friday we have Heckness Revealia, which has been run by Kaldari again.
Oh, the last part
Which
of that.
that was last part, and that was chaotic, silly. It was just hilarious.
Real
It was. We went to a carnival and then we acted like the clowns, which was great. Yeah. Yep. And then on the Saturday the 13th, we're going back to Mutants and Mastermind, which is being run by the Infinity. And yeah, and then after that we've got D&D offline. Then we've fallen into the Blades in the Dark, and D&D and M&M falling back then into the 2 weekly routine. So, but if you really want to find out what's going on, just join the Discord, go to the calendars tab, and you can find out what's happening.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
But before you go there, accidentally go to YouTube and subscribe.
Yeah, press that button
my
on the
mistake.
subscribe on YouTube, because
Yep.
that's where we're doing this, because we like to talk to you all guys and stuff like that. But really, when the story's going and you've missed any of them, then just go over to the YouTube channel and you can catch up. So you can just like sit and listen to them in the car when you're driving along, when you're having your tea, when you're playing
having a
Eco.
bath. Just
I
whenever.
don't really want
whenever,
to. I don't really want to go in the
suits you.
bath with some people, but you know. Yeah.
Cleanliness is next to godliness.
So yes, so
Yeah.
go over to YouTube and invite all your friends to the YouTube.
Yes.
Our
invite
YouTube,
everybody.
not the YouTube. There isn't the
Well,
YouTube.
I mean, you have to invite them to the YouTube to get to our YouTube, so it kind of works all in just anyway, right?
Yep. So there you go.
But
Done
yeah.
my bit now. Back over to the IMT.
Hi, right. We've got a little special announcement for you tonight, and we've been, and no, when I say this, I mean we have been working, and we have got a little treat for you, and we have got a special announcement.
You're gonna show your chest first.
Is it a
Are
joke?
you ready? Are you ready for this big grand reveal? Are you ready, guys? Yes, that's right. We have set up an Infinite Monkey Tales little merch shop for you to all get your mugs, your t-shirts and everything.
We're finally sold out. Well done. I love it.
We have now, I should say we had a discussion and we have told Streamlabs we want nothing, and they said no. So we said we want the minimum, and they said okay. So we have said it that all of our merch, I think it's like $1 on every item goes to us, which we will probably never realize is there, and we won't withdraw it. So do not get anything if you think it's going to support us. It doesn't. It's nice though. It's really cozy. I've got the hoodie. It's really cozy, and if you want to show off our symbol, go for it. But yeah, don't feel you have to. If you do wish to support us, the best way you can support us, as always, is join our Discord, follow our Twitch, follow our YouTube, and just get in the community. We don't actually have any plans with what to do with any of the money, and we all do this as fun. And
Can we
so-
get a mug with my face on?
No. To save
Too
the
many
world from
mugs.
that, no. It'd be a bit of an inception having a mug on a mug, eh? So,
Ah.
so yeah,
Yeah,
if you would like to purchase a mug, shirt, mouse mat, or hoodie, and I would recommend the hoodie. They're actually very swish, very cozy. Yeah, we have set it up so you can get our Infinite Monkey Tales logo.
Took
on
me
your
hours to
favourite
set
mug.
up.
It did.
Hours.
I would advise you. I bought the hoodie, and it took 2 weeks to arrive due to the coronavirus on imports and shipping, because it all does come from the United States of America. So do expect a bit of a delay if you order it. You're not going to get it Amazon Prime next day, which I think a lot of us are used to these days. But yeah, so if you're interested and you would like to do so, feel free. Thank you, Rose, for the raid of 7 people. Welcome on in.
Rose!
Good timing. We are
Niece!
just
In the
about
comments.
to start our game. So yeah, if you've just joined us, hang around, stick with us, see if you like us, and if you do, please follow us. Yeah,
But you did miss the preamble, which this week was really good.
I missed the what?
Preamble.
Preamble. Yes.
The thing you do
it's a
before you
nice
go
one.
for a walk.
Oh,
Yeah.
what? No, right. So it must be an old thing. Anyway, so moving swiftly on, welcome, guys. We are about to start our Blades in the Dark game. Now, Blades in the Dark, for those of you who are unaware, is a gang sort of groupie-based game where we are all a part of our own little gang in a bit of a dystopian version of the world where things may have been slightly different and gone a bit right. It's an alternate timeline sort of thing, and we're in one of the last surviving cities of humanity. And we are a band of, I wouldn't say experts,
No.
a band of random people with certain minimal skills working together to basically make a living and get on by.
Badly.
Really badly.
You're only professional in the fact that this is what you do for a job. It's just that you're not very good at it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, yeah, and it is run by some old pirates. So, without further ado, take it away.
Alrighty then. So, we left our gang of thieves in a bit of a tricky situation. They had broken into a police station, of all things, a blue coat precinct, where they were attempting to locate the remains of 3 individuals that may have shed some light on a situation that they found themselves in after their previous score. It appears that there may be one or more parties that have taken an interest in their little group, and has approached each member of the crew individually and put the willies up them effectively. So we are attempting to find out why these other factions are interested in them. I think we had just entered a basement where the remains of 3 dead folk are being kept. I think the idea was for one of their number, Solomon, to try and commune with any spirits that might be around to find out why these people were murdered. I think that was the plan, right?
It wasn't a great plan.
It wasn't a great
I
plan.
mean, it was the only plan.
It was not a great plan at all.
It wasn't.
In the fact that we were going to go and commune with dead people who we knew the souls weren't there, so we couldn't commune
Well,
with
we
them.
didn't. I theorized at the time, but it was to find out what had happened to them.
Yeah.
More importantly,
Yeah.
because there would be evidence, hopefully, around them or on their person or in the forensic, whatever passes for a forensic lab in this place.
But the entrance into the room didn't go very well, did
No.
it?
You were kind of detected by some individuals, and one of your number has been hurt. One of the blue coats appears to have struck him with the baton,
Ooh.
and he has gone down hard. Pardon the expression. So Slip has collapsed under the impact of this baton, and I think the only other 2 people that were in that room were Ashlyn, played by Angie Pops, and Solomon, played by Lloyd. Our lurk, Nicholas, was spotted by a blue coat as he was sneaking around on the premises, and he convinced the blue coat that he was looking for the bathroom or something, if I recall. And the hound of the group, Casper, who was keeping an eye on things from outside, has just jumped from a roof and landed upon a nosy blue coat and squished him, and he's now effectively in the backyard of the blue coat precinct.
I mean, we technically
Nicholas,
1 for 1 at this point.
Yeah. Nicholas is making his way through the precinct. I think he's just entered the kind of the main lobby. Am I right in thinking that? Is that where you were, Nicholas?
I think I'd walked out the front door.
Oh, you've
It's
gone out the
written
front
down I've
door?
walked out the front door. I'm not sure if that's accurate.
No, that's absolutely fine, because I should have paid more attention myself. So you're outside at the front.
Yes.
But we're gonna jump back to the 3 people in the basement, members of the crew in the basement, and you've just witnessed the muscle of your group effectively has just fallen to the ground, or he's just been hit with this baton, and he's sunk to his knees as if he's been struck a great blow.
So what happened with my lion eyes?
Yeah, and I think one of the bluecoats started to drag him kind of further into the room. What are you doing?
Maybe we could persuade the strong guy to be our new strong guy now that we have an opening. Oh, Jesus. This is definitely not my area of expertise. Shut up, I'm trying to think.
So, okay, well, we're not doing anything, right?
No. I am going to pull my cane sword out and head towards the blue coat.
The one that's got slip. Okay. Is Solomon doing anything, or is he standing there in shock?
I mean, he is a bit.
That's fine. That is a perfectly valid.
Yeah, because the problem is I don't want to fight them because, like, I'm probably worse at fighting than he is, and he's just gone down.
Yeah.
Which would mean, like, my natural recourse would be to compel another ghost to, like, fight for me, and then I'm just like.
I'm just going to hold the knife, like, the thing out towards him, and sort of say, "Let him go."
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a thing you could certainly do. You draw this sword.
But with my other hand, I am getting some more of the trans powder.
Okay. Are you a particularly threatening individual, Ashlyn? Are you attempting to?
I'm attempting to be threatening.
Well, let's try something then. Let's do this.
It's bigger than she looks.
I think she said you were very tall, weren't you?
Yeah, I think you might.
Hey, good. I'm glad we got that settled.
That was how tall I was. So I'm going to try and stop him, but also try and get some more of this trans powder. Attempt that again.
Right.
And threatening behaviour would be, and.
I think that would be your best.
Well, I'm going to go over and I'm going to get my sword out with one and say, "Leave him alone now."
Okay.
Just risky standard, yeah.
Yes.
Partial success.
Yeah. How do we interpret that? Right. So, I mean, it works, and he kind of drops. He drops slip on the floor and lets go of him. But I think perhaps while you're doing that, the second guy that was in the room is perhaps maneuvering around to the side of you, and he attempts to strike you. Now, you can resist this if you wish. It's going to be prowess to resist any damage that's coming your way. But he's going to try and hit you with this. He's got a baton as well, and he's going to try and strike you with it.
I resist in the way of like throwing some of the powder in his face.
Well, let's see how well you do. Let's see how well you do first.
Roll prowess.
I think so, yeah. Okay, so you take 1 point of stress for that. And I think that basically means that when you're going to go throw the transparent his face, but he's kind of moved in quite close now. So when you try to do that, that's going to be a desperate action when you get around to doing it. Okay.
Okay.
As this is going on, you are suddenly aware of the shape this this sack of potatoes that's laying on the floor, that is Slip Makian, starts climbing to his feet.
Get up, Slip.
And as he kind of turns to you, you can kind of see his face is twisted in this mask of rage. He's incandescent with rage. And he effectively just grabs this first guy, the one that was dragging him. He just kind of grabs him and throws him, hurls him across the room. And with a scream, a roar, he kind of heads for the door, bursts past you, and you can hear him shouting as he heads down the corridor, basically, "Come on in!" or something along those lines. And yeah, he's going full on Terminator through the police station, which does cause a bit of a fracas. And
What the fuck?
there's some.
I think he could at least like finish the other guy. I think consider it.
He's not thinking straight. He's not
Really?
clear-headed.
I mean,
But he is going to pretty much destroy everything in his path, and you're lucky that you just weren't in it. So he steps out of the room. You can hear him bellowing down the corridor, and you can hear doors that are starting to open down this corridor as this is going on. What are you doing?
this is why background checks are important.
Mm.
So, what's the condition of the guy that got thrown across the room? Is he out? By the looks of things, or is he still there?
Can you roll me? I'll make it quick. He's kind of laying on the floor. He's groaning. He's not out or
but he's
dead
down.
or anything. But he's kind of he's done him some damage.
I might try and help out with the remaining guy. I'll try and skirmish him.
Yep. So what are you doing? What are you doing? You actually.
So
describe what it is you're going to
swing. Yeah. So what's happened? So is it made a swing already?
He's gone to attack.
Yeah.
Ashlyn, and she's kind of ducked out of the way.
Yeah. So I'd like try and grab. Yeah. Like I'd try and like grab his arms, like at least like restrain him or slow him down, so she could try and finish him off.
Sure. You said you want to use skirmish.
Just-
for that, yeah.
Yeah. It's just risky standard, I guess.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh wow.
Nice. Okay, so what is it you describe what it is you're doing? You're kind of just
So-
grabbing a hold of him. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, he's a bit shocked by basically all the stuff that's kind of happened with Slip. He sees the guy going in to take a swing at character's name again.
Slip, Ashlyn.
Ashlyn, that's the one. So what he does is he sort of shakes himself out of it, and then he sort of reaches it, steps in behind him as he swings. So then you sort of loop around, you get him into a sort of like a sort of wrestling hold, so you kind of hold, half Nelson's hold there, so that it holds it, so he can't use his arms as well, so that then she can just have free access to whatever she wants to stab.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. And I'll come back to you in just a second. Nicholas, you're kind of standing outside the front. You're standing outside the front of this precinct. You've just kind of stepped out there and into the night air, the cold, your breath frosting as you're kind of standing there, deciding what your next move is going to be. And you kind of hear a lot of noise coming from inside. You can hear somebody bellowing. You think it probably sounds like Slip, maybe. And you can hear crashing of things being thrown, perhaps. Maybe furniture being broken, glass being shattered. There's a lot of noise coming from there all of a sudden. Looking back through the doorway you've just come through, you can kind of see the blue coats that were manning the desk nervously kind of opening the door that you'd just been led through back into the part of the building, and kind of peeping around it to see what's going on. And then you see him grab his baton and he steps through that door, leaving this whole area unmanned.
Okay. The only staircase is through that door, though, isn't it? The only staircase is in the back.
It was. You can get round the back and go in that way again, the way you entered the first time.
Oh, that's a good point, yeah. Yeah, while Slip's making a distraction, I'll just quickly dart around the back and slip back in through the same doorway we used the first time.
As you do that, you kind of see Casper kind of just getting to his feet. There is a blue coat kind of seems to be laying on the floor motionless just beneath as he's kind of standing up. Casper.
Yes.
See Nicholas. He's coming around the back alleyway of the precinct. Yes, if you don't chuckle at that, well, he's just not human.
Do I hear any of the ruckus or anything?
You can, you're probably hearing that for definite. Yeah, you can hear there's a fracas occurring inside the building.
Is the rear door still open?
It is.
I'm
And
gonna
Nicholas
head,
is now with you.
I'm gonna head straight for the rear door.
Okay, Nicholas, you going with him?
Yeah. I thought the plan was not to kill anybody, Casper. You're just going to leave that body there?
It'll be fine.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
I mean, is he dead? And then you got some outside noises to worry about.
Yeah, we'll find out
You're
soon
not
enough.
here. He's just unconscious.
Right. You should go and help Slip. He's getting in some trouble down there. I'll get the stuff.
Very well.
So you're both entering the back of the building.
Yeah.
That short corridor that leads to the one that kind of bisects the entire floor. And you can hear there are shouts, there are yells, screams. There's probably a bloody handprint on the wall not too far from where one of the doors into the offices is. Moments later, a blue coat kind of is hurled bodily through the door. You see it break off its hinges, it splinters, and there's shards of wood kind of spray into the room, into the hallway, and this blue coat crumples onto the floor in the corridor just next to, not too far from where you are. You can hear somebody shouting. It sounds like Slip is going apeshit. And he's tearing the place to pieces. You're also aware just that there seem to be blue coats that are kind of running from these different off of this corridor, and you can hear perhaps some coming up the stairs to your left as well from the basement level.
Is this? Does this have electric lighting and everything?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Electroplasmic lighting.
Casper's just going to lift his jacket collar.
Okay. And your shadow kind of falls away from you.
Take out the lights.
And it kind of moves in almost like a jerky fashion as it kind of spreads itself up the wall, your shadow, where no shadow should be. It's too brightly lit here. And starts making its way along the ceiling. It kind of moves along across the ceiling, and above it, light bulbs start to pop as it makes its way down the corridor.
Yep.
Nicholas, are you doing anything?
Yeah, as soon as we get inside, I'm just going to head straight for the staircase up.
Are you going up to the next floor?
Yes.
Or down? Oh, you're going up?
I'm going up.
All right. You can hear noises coming from the staircase. It sounds like footsteps coming both down the stairs and up the stairs at the same time. You can hear shouts, "What's going on? What's going on?" From these various bluecoats. But you think, you can duck into one of these offices and they'll pass. They probably won't see you. They seem a little distracted.
Yeah. I'll
You
just
click open one of the side doors into the office, and this office is empty. The lights are all on. There's kind of paperwork strewn across a desk here, but and perhaps there's a cup of tea or something that's kind of steaming, that's just kind of half drank and been left there. Somebody must have left in a hurry. As you're kind of standing there in the doorway, you hear footsteps behind you, kind of running down the corridor. They're coming towards you, Casper, at the moment. You're kind of hiding around the corner. The lights are starting to go off. It's starting to get dark. The shouts and screams are getting louder. Yeah? Well, this is your thing, isn't it? Hiding in shadows and stuff. Yeah. So you slink into the shadows. Are you waiting for these people to go past? Is that the plan, or? Yeah. And it's a moments later that you hear these footsteps getting louder, and then there's a group of confused bluecoats that are all kind of standing, looking around, trying to find out where the noise is coming from. They charge straight a bit further down the corridor to where this bluecoat has just kind of come through the doorway, and he's still laying in a tattered heap. And they kind of pile in through that door, seeming not to notice you, or Nicholas for that matter.
Even better.
Yeah, and so we're going to cut to one of the little interrogation rooms that's down in the basement there, and we have a figure that's kind of sat in one of these rooms, across the table, on the wrong side of the table, I might hasten to add. There's a couple of bluecoats that have been kind of standing there. They've been asking questions of this person. Do you want to describe this character, Roy? You're muted, by the way.
I am a very tall person. I am wearing a long coat with Hessian trousers that just don't quite fit me. They stop just above my ankles. I'm wearing big black boots, and when I am doing what I do best, I like to have a bandolier of chemicals and interesting gadgets wrapped around me. But unfortunately, it's been taken from me.
You've been hearing this noise that's been coming out from the corridor just outside. It sounds like bedlam out there. The two bluecoats that have been interrogating you for the last 3 or 4 hours, they kind of look at each other nervously, and one of them kind of whispers, "Hang on." And they both look at you.
It sounds like chaos out there. Why don't you go and see what's happening?
Yeah, we can lock the door. He won't be able to get in. And they move towards the door. They look back at you momentarily, or opening it and stepping through, and you can hear like the bolt being slid across. And you're kind of left there momentarily with this pandemonium, and then that's when you start hearing the screaming and the shouting from just outside the room. Something has just gone past and has cleared up these guys, tossed them around a little bit. You can hear them being thrown against walls.
It sounds like Harry's back with Jules. I wonder if it's him. Maybe he's come to rescue me.
But it goes quiet. You can hear the noise is kind of moving upstairs now, and you're kind of left there in the quiet for a moment.
Well, this sounds like the perfect opportunity to get moving. I'll just have a look at this door.
Yeah. Now you kind of heard a bolt being slid across, but it's just going to be metal, right?
Yeah. I'm going to tinker my way out of here.
Okay. I think that this is so you've probably got tools hidden upon your person, I'd imagine. You're that
Absolutely.
kind of guy. Aren't you?
Just and I go into the inside of my boot, just around, and I pull out a small piece of wire or something like that.
Yeah.
And I begin to work that into the necessary shape to get through the crack in the door, and
hook the bolt somehow.
yeah.
I think that's a good idea. I think you can make this roll. It's controlled, I think, for you at the moment because you're in no hurry. And yeah, and without, I mean, it's probably seconds. It's almost like you'd figured out how you were going to do this like yesterday, and just happened to have the right equipment. You just slide the wire through, you somehow catch a hold of the bolt and slide it across. And then the door swings open. You're in a corridor. You can hear some movement coming down from to the left. You know the stairs are to the right, and that's the way out. But that's also where there's a lot of noise from upstairs is coming from that direction too.
Well, I better just get my stuff. And I look down. Is it just outside, or is it somewhere?
I think you know where they've put it. There is a room off of this corridor. You'd have seen them. They'd have taken it in there as you were led down here and left it in one of these rooms. So you know exactly where it is.
Yeah. First step then is just to go and get my stuff back.
Sure. And as you're doing that, you are aware that the double doors down at the bottom of the corridor are kind of open, and there's you can see shadows and movement, and also perhaps some shouting. Are you shouting, or are you being quiet, guys? Solomon and Ashley.
No, I don't think we could be louder than the current distraction.
Yeah.
But I think we don't want to draw too much attention to ourselves. We just want to probably just sort out with the situation and get on with it.
Yeah. So whereabouts are we with this? You've got this guy in a half Nelson. You can hear, and I think Tar can hear, perhaps this guy shouting, "Get off me! Get off me!"
Yeah.
Well. And I walk down the corridor, big boots.
Yeah.
I stand in the doorway, just looking in at the fracas.
And yeah, perhaps,
I didn't realize this was a spectator sport.
And this is the thing, is that because of where you're standing, Solomon, you see this tall, thin, kind of gawky looking figure, I guess. He's kind of standing and he's looking at you. You're kind of curious expression on your face there, Tor, or is it more of a amused?
Yeah, bemused. Yeah, just kind of wondering who's.
I think you found the wrong room, buddy.
It seems that you have a bit of a problem with my friends. Let me help you stick the boot in.
Your friend? Wait, are you saying the blue coats are your friends?
And I walk over to where the one in the ground is, and I kick the guy in the nads.
Okay. yeah. I mean, he writhes in agony. You hear he screams in pain, and he's writhing in agony as your size 12 or whatever impacts with his nads.
Steel cap probably as well. Just...
yeah, he's now got an extra set of tonsils. Ashley, there's this one guy that is being held by Solomon. Solomon's got him in a headlock almost.
Can we get this over with?
Yes. Are you going to do something with this fella?
Made.
That guy, I'm just going to shove the white powder right in his face.
Oh, okay.
The other guy on the floor, I had the sword to.
I mean, he's just on the floor.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
and I just sort of like shoved this powder into this other guy's
Right,
face
this guy's nose.
and turned round to Ty and go, "Oh, thanks for that. These gentlemen are going to be out of our hair in a moment."
I admire your work.
Yes. Now, do we need to roll? The guy's being held by. I mean,
No, he's been held. The powder's in his face.
no, that's what I'm saying. We don't need to make a roll.
No. I'm just
but he's been, and basically, he's just looking like you just like shove a handful of almost talcum powder right under his nose, and his eyes kind of glaze over, and he relaxes. You feel him relax, Solomon, as the trans powder takes effect.
Yeah. Well, if he's gonna go limp, I'll just let him drop to the floor.
Okay, well he kind of he just relaxes, and then he's kind of just standing there swaying slightly as
I
if
just look at him and say, "You're going to take your friend and you're going to go into the cell next door, and I'm going to lock the door."
and he kind of smiles and swaying around as if drunk. He kind of says, yeah, good idea. And he drags this guy by the foot as he's clutching his genitals and drags him out of the room as the three of you kind of watch on look.
I follow them out.
Look on, even.
I follow them out when they go to the next cell, and I just turn to Solomon and go, "Are you going to do what we came here to do?" And just follow those guys out to unlock them in the cell next door.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Upstairs. Sorry, carry on. Did you want to say something?
Oh no, it's gonna be like we start rooting around the room, see what we can find.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, there's like it is an old morgue, effectively.
Yeah.
It's not been in use for some time, so it wouldn't take you too long to find the drawers that are containing human remains. You find that without too much difficulty. But upstairs, Casper, you see this group of guys charge into this room. You can hear more bellowing and shouting. Another figure comes flying out of the door and impacts with the wall opposite, and then struggles to his feet with his baton. He rushes straight back in, and you can hear lots of thud, thud, thud going on from inside that room.
Yeah, Casper's going to grab hold of these guys as he can and try and sneak from behind and kind of just take them out.
Okay.
Not kill them, just knock them out.
Which ones are you talking about? The ones that are outside this room in the corridor? One of them is basically he's out for the count anyway.
Yeah,
the
ones
other
that have kind
about
of
to get
walked
to his
past me
feet.
sort of thing, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, there was quite a few of them.
I'll wait for them all to pass and then I will work behind them and take them without
well, they all
realising.
charged into this room where you can hear all this fighting going on. So you can make your way across to the doorway and have a look in.
Yep.
And what you see is effectively there's like a large office. There are several desks in here. This must have been just where your average blue coats, not the management. Just your typical blue coats are obviously stationed in here, and you can see there are desks and writing implements and bits of paper and that all scattered all over these desks. Some of the desks have been upturned. There are a large number of blue coats standing in this room. They're kind of standing almost in a circle, almost like a rugby scrum, and they're all bringing these batons down into the center of it. And you can hear every now and again you this kind of sickening crack of bone, or maybe it's bits of furniture, or maybe it's even the batons breaking. You're not sure, but periodically you're hearing this sound, and then one of them will get thrown off against the wall, where he takes a moment to recover and then rushes back in and starts kicking and hitting with the baton again.
Yeah. Casper will attempt to disarm them and, if he can, like, use their own weapons against them. He's just going to jump in. He's dogpiling in on this.
Okay. Right. So you're going to do that. How are you going to do this?
He's going to try and do it one-on-one. So he's going to try and stay hidden from the actual pile and just try and... The ones that get thrown out, he's going to try and grab them before they get back to the pile and then, like, have a one-on-one fight as he can. As quickly as he's going more for knocking them out. So he's going for any tactical attacks rather than just fist fighting.
Okay. This is going to be... Well, what ability are you using for this? I mean, it sounds...
I'd say
you're going with your fists, right?
He's somewhat going with his fists, but he is being very tactical with it. He's, like I said, he's trying to, get behind people, keep it hidden, and just knock them out without them realizing he's even in the room, sort of thing.
Okay.
So,
which
I would
might
say it's
be
a
easy.
little bit finesse.
Finesse,
because he's trying to be really clever about it. He's
finesse. I mean, yeah. So I would like you to describe to me how he is finessing this. because
he's hiding in the dark. He's gone into the room. He's still trying to hide from everyone, and like I said, when they get thrown out, he's just then trying to get to
I don't know if that's so much finesse. Maybe prowl would be more.
Well,
more prowl than finesse.
I'd say it's a skirmish.
I mean, or skirmish.
Yeah.
I mean, finesse is kind of a weird one, because maybe if you were kind of stepping up behind them and garroting them or something, maybe finesse might be appropriate. I don't know, or slitting the throat, which is probably not a great.
No, he's not doing that. He's not doing that.
I could maybe say, I can see finesse, perhaps, but from what you're describing,
I'd say a bit of a skirmish.
You want to go for... Okay,
yeah,
let's go for skirmish then. Now, this is going to be desperate, but it's going to be limited as well, because there's a lot of them. Oh dear. Right. You kind of sneak up behind this first guy, and you go to, I don't know, choke him out or whatever it is you're going to do. When there's like three of his mates, as they're kind of beating the crap out of Slip, they kind of see you try to sneak up behind this guy and choke him out, and they come for you. And they basically start on you. I mean, there is a lot of guys in this room. It's not like 5 or 6. There's a lot of guys in this room all having a go at Slip.
As this happens and he realizes he may have fucked up, he's going to call Umbra.
Okay. That's a thing that will happen. However, this was a desperate action. You are going to take.
Oh no!
I think this is going to be a level 3 harm that you're going to be taking here.
Oh right, okay.
Going to be,
we're going straight up there.
We're going straight up there because there's 3 of these guys. It's desperate action, and they're going to beat the shit out of you.
I've now lost a limb.
So effectively, I guess it's going to be something like broken ribs, I think.
Okay.
Is that going to be appropriate for a level 3?
I'd say yes. Maybe biased.
You may.
I always love the approach of, what about me? All right, then.
Oh dear.
Now you can resist this. Remember?
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna resist it. Why not?
Okay, it's gonna be prowess to resist this.
Yep.
It will. If you resist, it's going to take it down to a level 2 harm.
Yeah.
But that's. Let's see. I mean, maybe you roll a crit. Who knows?
Risky standard.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Yes, just
Yeah.
risky standard for this because we're just after the numbers here. You take 2 stress, and instead of broken ribs, you're going to have.
Just the one broken rib.
Yeah, maybe it's going to be more
Bruised
bruised ribs. Yeah. Yeah.
That's fine. That now matches
Maybe
my
let's
bruised
tell you what.
hands.
Let's have concussion, as in you've been.
But
smacked
I
about.
feel that's an upgrade from bruised ribs.
Well, do you?
Yeah. Concussion's not good.
Anyway,
I mean,
next.
I mean, it's fine if it's fine if you can find a doctor.
Yeah, the fact is, it's still a level 2 harm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, you basically these guys are hammering blows down upon you. You're absolutely battered. These guys are coming for you.
Yeah.
We'll quickly jump back to Nicholas, who has just dodged these guys. You've seen them run past you into the room. You can hear there's a more mighty fight going on. The lights have started to go out in this corridor, and the stairs are now clear.
Okay, I'm just going to dart up the stairs quickly.
Sure. And you make it to the top floor unhindered. There's nobody else around. They're obviously all downstairs, currently engaged in this brawl that appears to be occurring inside the precinct. And yeah, it's much like the corridor downstairs. There's like the corridor that just runs the length of the building with various doors off either side. What was it you were looking for? Because you, I think, actually looked at the blueprints for this place before you came here.
Yes. There is a evidence room or records room up here.
Yes, there is indeed.
And I want to look for any evidence or any reports about the bodies, obviously, the bodies that we're investigating downstairs.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Slip and Casper have created quite the distraction, and so you get through here completely unhindered, and you find your way to the records room, but it is locked. But that's not a problem for a guy of your ability.
Oh no, I'm great with locks. I've definitely not been practicing.
Now, this is probably going to be easy for you. You are not being bothered in any way. So I don't even know if we need to make a roll for this. You could probably just say you get through this door without. Tell you what, let's make a roll anyway, just to see. It's going to be controlled. And you are going to. How are you doing? Are you using like thieves' tools type thing? So.
Yeah, I've got a decent set of lockpicks. I
Okay.
get as a lurk for 0 Lord, so they're stuffed in my pocket.
And so your ability that you're going to be using for this is going to be. You get to choose this. It's nice.
It will be finesse.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to finesse this lock.
Yes, you finesse the shit out of it.
I did say I was practicing.
Yeah. So something happens. You've got this. This lock it's quite old. It could have done with some oil. I mean, and you're probably thinking that as you're kind of just scratching away at it with your thieves tool, and that's the point where something jams, and your lock tool is caught. And as you kind of try to move it out, it snaps. It was obviously inferior, this lock tool.
That's the third one this week.
Yes. So that doesn't mean that you can't find other ways in here. You're not been discovered.
Yeah, I'll look around and see if there's another door or a window, maybe some other method I can use to get in before I try and fish around and get that bit of pick out of the lock.
Yeah. As I say, there are many doors off of this building. Opening the first door, you kind of see that there are kind of windows that are kind of arrayed along the side. Unfortunately, there is a ledge just on the outside of that window too.
Excellent.
It seems to run around the side of the building, which is nice.
That'll work out for me. I'll see if I can open that window and get out onto the ledge, and then make my way around the outside.
Yeah. So as you step out onto the ledge of this building, you are slightly distracted by a body flying through a window downstairs out into the street. And it's closely followed by another figure climbing out, a big fella. And you kind of recognize him, but he looks different to you. There's something animalistic about this figure as he makes his move towards this poor fella that's just trying to crawl away on his back, as this large fella seems to kind of move towards him like a predator. And then you're kind of around the side of the building, and you can see there's another window. It's kind of blacked out slightly. You know that is the window into the room.
Yeah.
The evidence is kept.
I'll see if I can open this one from the outside.
Sure. Are you just smashing it, or are you...
No, I'm going to try and actually open it. I'll wiggle the lock knife in there or something.
Yes!
You sure you're not tempted to go into the other room and join the fight?
If you're just going to force this window open, you stick your knife in and use it as a lever to kind of, if there's something cracks, and the window slides upward, and you kind of enter this darkened room full of lockers and filing cabinets. You have a quick search through that stuff. Meanwhile, while that's going on, downstairs we have Ashlyn, we have Solomon, and this new figure, this new old figure. You have just locked the two blue coats into the cell. There is an ungodly noise coming from upstairs. But down here, it's very quiet.
That's always a good sign.
You find, searching through these drawers.
Yeah.
There's three of them are occupied. Unfortunately, what's left is they are human remains, but they're not assembled, shall we say?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
As in they were cut up? Well, these were.
It looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
these
it
were
looks
some
like
folks.
they've been.
Where were they? Yeah, they were killed. They were cut up. Yeah. These were, we say, previous acquaintances that seem to have run afoul of someone else.
Oh.
We're trying to investigate, find out what happened to them.
I see.
So if you want to help us, give me a hand, like pulling these out, so I can have a look at them and see if there was anything that was done to their bodies.
Oh.
Somebody welched on a deal.
Terrible. Well, let me help you. I don't have anywhere else to be.
So,
Yeah, I kind of worry that maybe
can I use?
Charles probably more interested in the human remains.
You see him like slipping like a finger into his pocket or something.
Yeah.
Solomon,
It's a souvenir.
Can I use study on the bodies to see if they were? Because we know, like, I suspect that whenever they died, like their ghosts were taken or something was done with them. Like, I want to see, apart from like all the like obvious body damage, like was there anything done to the bodies? Like, I don't know, something ritualistic or something that might point to what was actually done to them.
Yeah.
when they died, or before they died, or after.
Okay, and is Tar helping with this?
Of course.
Yes,
Would you like to help?
I
Because I could use study on this, or
am quite
Solomon,
intrigued. I am most
they-
intrigued about what your lady friend over there just put in that man's face. So if you if you
I mean,
tell
if you
me
want
about
to
that,
ask-
then I'll certainly give you a
yeah.
help.
I mean,
Yes.
if you want to give, if you can ask her yourself. I mean, she's currently shouting from the prison cells around the corner.
Yeah, I suppose. I'll help you just now, and we'll wait
There's not
for her
much
to
use
calm
for
down.
prison cells in the morgue. You don't normally
So
have
yeah, so I help whatever it is you need done. I'll just
Yeah.
you know. Call them out.
Okay.
Once
so-
I've locked these guys back in, I'll wander back into the room.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And while you're there, you can see these two have hunched over these remains. Now you're going to study them.
Yes.
Tar, what's Tar going to do? How's Tar going to
See
do this?
Tar just giving motivational words while like chomping on an arm or something. I don't know.
I turn around and look at the person that's just come in
Yeah.
while this stuff's going on, and I say, "Hello, I saw that you managed to stuff some strange powder into the face of one of the bluecoats. What is it? It looked very interesting."
Help us find our way out.
Oh, the
Find
door
what we
is
need.
just there.
Help us find what we need. And I'll quite happily share my secrets with you.
Oh, I say. Well, I'll keep watch then, will I?
Will you?
Yeah.
I'll
You
kind of
don't
look
seem
at you
like
just
a blue coat.
No, I'm Scotlander. I have a certain thing about the bluecoats that they caught me for. I'll tell you about it after. I'm sure you'll be quite amused.
I'd love it if she's just like, oh, you want to see how the powder works? There you go.
Temporary gang.
Bah-hoo.
We've
Peace
deputised it.
alliance to get us out here together. Don't know
Yes.
who you
Welcome
are,
to
where
the
you come
Deputy
from.
Gang Peace Alliance.
What is it you're looking for?
Evidence of who welched on our
Yeah.
gang and welched on the deal.
Oh, I see. There's this.
Yeah.
There's a room upstairs where they might be keeping that stuff.
Yeah. What I'll do is I'll do that like doctor thing where you kind of narrate what you're investigating as you're looking through the body parts.
Okay, right.
It's like
So,
yeah, for their benefit.
you can roll.
Study?
Study. You say you're going to study this body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. God damn
Oops.
it. Ah,
Ooh.
Yeah, you have no idea who it is, what the body parts are.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem.
I
that
already
you've
know who
probably
it
got
is.
here- well, the problem is that maybe you can't tell who's who, maybe,
yeah.
from what's left, and maybe while you've been examining these, there's a possibility that perhaps you've confused them and you've maybe mixed them up a little bit.
Yeah. The parts are too small.
As you've been looking through them. So, kind of looking through these body parts, you don't see anything. Because I kind of figure you're looking for something supernatural, right?
Yeah. So like, if there
yeah.
have been like ritualistic markings or some sort, like something that may have been done to them to like whatever would extracted their ghosts so they didn't summon the ravens.
Yeah. You don't find anything to lead you to that conclusion. It just looks like
That's
these
a
bodies
bust.
were dismembered, and quite crudely
Yeah.
as well. Way it was done. Yeah. But you don't find
Yeah.
any evidence of any kind of ritualistic
Yeah.
markings or anything on these bodies. Are you also examining the bodies? Or are you more interested in other things?
He was until like Ashlyn came back with the sleep powder.
Yeah.
You're
Are you
muted.
muted?
What is it that you have over here? a look at this character pawing over the bodies.
Yeah. You're not sure what he's looking for. He seems to be checking these body
Yeah.
parts for something, but you're not sure what he's. And you're convinced actually that he has no idea what he's looking for either.
Yeah.
That's kind of your expert opinion, as it were.
He hasn't rolled yet.
He hasn't. But he does have physical as a special ability. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I try to see if there was anything that may have been, because apparently when these people died, they didn't summon any ravens, which means that either their ghosts have been bottled or something else has happened to their spirits before, during, or after their death. I'm trying to see if there was any markings or something that may have been done to the body that might indicate what happened.
Well, let me have a look at that for you. And I study the corpse using
Okie dokie.
Physiker.
So you'll get yourself a bonus dice for that, I reckon.
Which I need because I don't have any points in study, so...
You can spend
modifier.
2 points of stress for an extra dice as well, remember?
I'll do that. So I'll spend 2 points of stress and I'll take the extra dice from Physiker
Yep.
and I will hit study with 2 dice. Plus 2 dice. Is it
Yeah.
is it
Yep.
controlled and standard?
This is going to be... This is Actually, you did risky, didn't you? It should have been controlled, but it doesn't matter. It's controlled, at the moment.
Well, I'm not exactly sure, but I think
Yeah.
this here and this bit and there and
So you kind of examine these body parts, and you're not sure, but there's something about them. There's some residue on some of the parts as you kind of check with them, and it appears that it's kind of the equivalent of like having salt water on them, if you like, but it's not salt water. It's obviously from the Void Sea, but there's some kind of residue on them that's been left over. You've only ever seen, perhaps when you've kind of seen bodies that have perhaps been outside the lightning barrier.
where did you find these, or where should they have been? These are not city dwellers, no?
Well, one of them was a fence.
Seem to
The
spend
other
a
was some of his house. I think it was like his. It's like
It's here in
Is
Six
it,
Towers, the house.
yeah.
Well, look at this
They were
here.
local of a sort.
Yes, this would suggest that they spent quite a significant amount of time outside the barrier. What were they doing out there?
I mean, that's a bigger question that we'll have to find out. Probably nothing good.
I mean, perhaps one of the conclusions you might reach would be that perhaps they were dismembered outside
Yeah.
the city. Perhaps they were taken out, killed outside the city, and then brought back in
Yeah.
and dumped in
So
the
that might be
canal.
why there were no ravens.
Ah.
So the ravens just limited to within the ghost field, the ghost fence.
Yeah,
Interesting limitation. Okay.
yeah. You want
Should
to kill
let
somebody.
Casper know.
Just
Yeah,
kill
we should
them
let Casper know that though he's not very good at reading memos.
Yeah.
What have
Is
you
this-
found?
It looks like they were killed outside the ghost fence. That's why they didn't call the ravens.
Right, there's nothing else there, yeah?
The
far as
death
we can
flags
tell.
are out there.
Yeah.
Right, let's go find the others.
And as we say that, we jump straight back to Casper. who has just witnessed one of these. You've just witnessed this crowd of bluecoats get thrown off. In a brrr effect.
Yeah.
One of them has just been catapulted out of a window, and Slip has kind of climbed out of the window after him. And a load of the bluecoats, a bunch of them are about to climb out the window to go after Slip. Some are making their way for the door. These guys are hammering down on you, raining these blows down on you. And as things start to look pretty bleak for you, you see this kind of shadow creep through the doorway. And you can just make out this as it kind of comes into the light. So it's almost like the darkness out in the corridor is starting to leak through into this room as it kind of moves across the ceiling slowly. In this kind of a caricature shape of Casper himself, like Casper's shadow, but kind of twisted and distorted as it kind of makes its way across the ceiling. And what do you do?
Casper's going to attempt to slip out of the room and...
All right. You're going to do the, look, what the hell's that?
Yes! Yeah, he's going to try and distract them and then slip out and possibly shut the door behind him.
Okay, now this is going to be a desperate action. Remember, when it's a desperate action, you get to check the flash on the skill, the ability that you're using as well. On
right.
And that's whether it succeeds or not. You get to do that. So.
Yep.
What is it you're doing to distract these guys to make them? Or are you just going to let Umbra drop down?
I'm going to let Umbra be the distraction.
All right.
Because I'm assuming I'm not the only one who's just seen this.
The shadow coming through the...
Yes.
Or it's one of those weird things. I don't know if they have seen it. They were busy beating the shit out of you. As this thing kind of slopes in. And he's going to just basically fall across them like a blanket, I guess. And I think we have to make a dice roll for Umbra here.
Yep.
And it is your pet. I think it's on the cruise sheet. Right. So an expert hunter, so I think we get to use one dice.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be... There's three of them. It's going to be desperate and limited. If you want to spend 2 points of stress, you can get a bonus dice for this as well.
Did you say I'm rolling this off the cruise sheet? Yeah.
You won't roll it off the cruise sheet.
Oh.
It might be just these. Do you have the little dice icon on the on the left-hand side? Just use that.
Right.
And add 2 dice from that. And if you're using, actually, it's 2 dice if you're using 2 points of stress. That is, it's just 1 dice if you're not.
So 2 dice, 2 points of stress. Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Oh, fantastic. So what's going to happen is, as this thing, it kind of oozes across the ceiling almost, and then drops down on these guys, effectively blinding them. They can't see, and you can hear them shouting and screaming because they have no idea what's going on, which gives you your opportunity now to make your run for it.
Yeah.
And you bolt for the door, which you do with ease. The rest of these people have already kind of made their way out. The other blue coats have kind of gone out either through the window to pursue Slip, or they've made their way to the door to kind of go out and get him out the front.
Yeah.
So you kind of, there's just you and these three guys left. They're now effectively blind and can't see you. Run.
Yes.
And outside in the corridor, battered and bruised, make your way out through the front door, I guess. Or are you going out the back? Which way you want to head?
I'm gonna go out the back because I assume that's closer.
Yep. Yeah. Effectively, yep. And so you kind of find yourself in that backyard, and you're heavily your breathing's ragged. You're feeling like hammered shit.
Yeah.
But for now, you are safe. Umbra is inside doing stuff. You don't know what. But it's probably not good.
No.
So, Nicholas upstairs, you searching through these filing cabinets, you find this folder, and as you're kind of flicking through that quickly, you're an expert at sifting through documents and valuable things, and you kind of you find a folder which seems to pertain to the incident that you were a part of, and they kind of mention this. There's like a report about the scene which mentions this. There was an assault on some spirit wardens that evening, which was kind of alluded to by the investigator that spoke to Casper last time was referring to this report, and it's to do with basically this 1 in a million shot which seemed to bring down the lantern, blocked the spirit wardens from getting to their body momentarily, and that another figure was seen leaving the building, which was probably either you or Casper. And so you swipe that one because that's evidence that you might be able to get rid of that.
Seems like a good idea.
It does. But then you're kind of searching around. You've kind of find this report which details finding of 3 bodies in the canal in 6 towers, not too far from Relic Lane, and that the bodies had been dismembered. There didn't appear to be any signs of any kind of ritual killing that they could see. But there was a big question mark over to as to why the killings hadn't set the bells ringing. There's no sign of that. Bluecoats investigating it have kind of drawn a blank as to why that's the case, and there was mention of them perhaps liaising with the spirit wardens about that. And there's also mention of Leitch's connection to a gang known as the Wraiths. He appears that he was probably known to the Bluecoats as a fence, and that he may be connected to a gang called the Wraiths. And they are drawing the conclusion that basically it's them that finished him off, and they've basically chopped the body into bits as basically a warning to anybody else that may try to double cross.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, believe that or not, but that's kind of the conclusion that they seem to be drawing.
Do I know anything about the Wraiths gang? Have I heard of them? Do I know their territories, their operating procedures?
You do. You do know a little bit about them. You know that they operate out of like a watchtower in Silkshore that you visited recently.
This does sound oddly familiar.
Yeah, so you probably are aware of them. You probably wouldn't actually know where. You know that they operate in Silkshore, and you probably have drawn the conclusion that that may have been them, because they were the ones that contacted
It's
you
all
basically, or were
connected.
following you. Yes.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I don't know if you draw that conclusion, but as a player, but that's what your character is kind of putting together in his head. Yeah. And I think also when you were employed, I think Emrys Boyle may have intimated that the Wraiths may be connected to Cedric Leitch as well. So you probably have figured out now that the Wraiths are this group that you followed back to the old watchtower in Silkshore.
Which means they were the ones asking questions about us and about the job.
Yes.
Which could imply multiple things, but is worth investigating nonetheless.
Yeah.
I'll have a quick skim round for anything else of relevance to Leitch's death or anything of relevance to the Wraiths, and then try to arrange everything like it looked before I came.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you'll find anything else about Wraiths. No, you probably don't find too much out about them. Oh, actually, no. There's a bit of information you do find out is that perhaps they know that there's somebody who claims to be the leader of the Wraiths, who they're referring to by the name of Slate.
Slate.
Yeah. Yeah, rumored to be the leader of the Wraiths.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Once I'm sure I've got everything I can find about this case, at least, I'll just duck back out the window.
Nice. Yeah, are you taking it with you or are you leaving it behind?
I'm taking everything with me.
Yeah.
Everything about Leitch's case and anything I can find about the Wraiths, about obviously the rumor about Slate being the leader, and any documentation I can find, then I'll make everything else look like nobody's disturbed it and then duck back out.
Nice one. Yeah, cool. Do you want to take a quick break, folks?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, is it 10:30? Yeah.
10:30, yeah? Should we take a quick break now? Yeah.
Good place. 10 minutes. Have a wee. Fiora.
Once again, oddly specific.
Well, I'm supposed to find a hot dog at this time.
We could have a Kiora.
Yeah.
Hello! That's really loud for you, isn't it? Let me just turn that right down. I forgot to turn that down in advance. Sorry, guys. I'm all over the show tonight. Do apologise.
Are you muted?
No, but
He's overcompensating.
why have you come through at 100% volume again? Jesus.
But I haven't done anything.
100%.
That is
It's
really
100%
bad.
volume, but she's not coming through your headphones, mate.
So if I shouted right now.
Yeah, sorry
Give it.
guys. Sorry that you muted. I did tell you all to go get a hot dog with some onions and mustard and yeah. Yeah,
You
I know.
missed
I know
it, so
she's
I
not
bet you
deafening
didn't.
for you. It's me that she's deafening for. Bloody. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remember that. Yeah.
Promise, if you're at half volume, it's still 100%.
Hey,
What?
was that an insult
What?
at me? I missed it.
No.
Not from
Look at
you,
the witnesses.
from Void.
No witnesses, so who knows?
Yeah. Welcome back. Thank you for Matt for resubscribing.
Thanks,
Much
Matt.
appreciated. And yeah, thank you for Rolls as well for hosting. Like I said again, I know we caught you just as we were going, but thank you again for that host. But yeah, we'll just get straight back into it because I know we've got a lot to kind of finish up with tonight.
Have we?
I don't know, have we? Have we not?
Yeah, I guess we have. So, where is everybody? So we have Ashlyn Solomon and Tar are in the basement examining the remains of 3 dead bodies. We've just had Nicholas, who's discovered some information in the evidence locker and the files upstairs. What's Casper doing? Oh, he's just escaped out of the room. His shadow has just assaulted 3 people. And Slip is still going crazy. And is currently engaged in a fight with several bluecoats. Who should we start with now? Let's go to Casper, who's just exited stage left. He's now outside of the precinct. He's in like the yard at the back. There's this unconscious bluecoat is still kind of laying there, comatose on the floor. You're alone. You can hear it. There's obviously some kind of fracas going out on the street out the front of the building.
Yep.
That's still kicking off, and it's still ripping people new ones, I guess.
Casper's gonna jam the door at the back.
Want to prevent people leaving, or
Yes.
people to prevent it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is how Umbra gets arrested.
You left out the front, didn't you?
No, we're still in the building.
They've not left the building. So,
GG.
but then Casper doesn't know that.
No,
Casper doesn't know where you are.
I'll go with it now.
So I guess Casper is going to jam the back door.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
And with friends like that, but at least he's made his getaway.
Yeah, at least he's okay.
He hasn't
killed anyone or
shadow
fallen
in
off a
there as
building.
well. Which
Yeah, but the shadow can just slip out the gaps.
the shadow is likely to murder 3 people right now, and
Yeah, hence why he's locking the door.
I would love it if the ghost if Umbra got arrested. The next heist is trying to do a jailbreak for his little ghost.
Oh,
but then they're able to identify Casper from his shadow.
Oh god, yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, so you jam the door shut. What do you do? Wedge something up against?
As he shuts the door, he's got to leave it open ever so slightly and recall Umbra.
Okay.
So yeah, he's not gonna leave Umbra there. He's gonna come back and then he's gonna jam the door shut.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Son of a.
Hey boy.
Right. So you're calling
Yeah.
your pet out of the building.
Yep. And then I'm
Um,
going to
no,
lock the door
here's-
as quickly as possible.
She is loyal, isn't she?
She is very loyal.
Yeah. She's just savage.
She's ridiculously savage.
Yeah. I wonder if she does actually murder anybody before you. That's a good
I would have
question.
said no.
I'm sure you'd love to say no. We might have to make a roll up.
Oh no! Why is it always Andy that causes the deaths?
I don't know.
I wanna
I
go.
ask myself this every time.
Murder homo.
Come on.
You
Come
just
on,
want
Umbra,
to,
make us
me to
proud.
roll a d6.
How the hell is he
Yeah,
doing that with all his
let's-
fingers?
Let's roll a 6-sided dice. Now
What's
we're gonna go with. Well, there's 3 guys. So if you roll a success, she probably has only murdered one of them, right?
A partial success is she kills one.
you're
I
right,
thought
Andy.
partial success would be she didn't kill any. Right, okay.
So are you saying if it's a success, then she's murdered all 3 of them?
No, I was thinking like success. She gets out, no problem.
Right.
Partial
okay.
success.
She gets hurt.
Really hurt? Yeah, she gets hurt, but does get out, and then failures will go down the whole. I'll get the bell ringing button ready. I think that's fair.
All right. I've got the crematorium button right here. So Yeah, let's make a roll then. Let's see what happens. I mean, if you wanted to spend some stress, you could maybe.
How much stress have you used?
At the moment,
2 points of stress will give you a +1.
I'm up to 4 stress at the moment.
Oh, great! So he's going to overstress, and we're going to have him and Sly or Slip
Yeah,
running around going balmy.
murdering people.
Yeah.
I don't.
highly recommend Grandma's Group.
I won't
That's
take
right.
the
Partial
stress.
success, she maims. Yeah,
I'm
that's right.
not going to take the stress. I'm just going to
Okay.
roll 1 die.
Because we don't care if anybody dies, right?
Yeah, I just don't think another dice would probably help. But
Okay.
oh!
Perfecto.
Wait, was that
Look
a
at
success that the kill was complete?
Yeah, she murdered everyone. She murdered everyone.
No, she didn't.
Can I spend 2 stress to do a reroll?
Don't you dare. Cry, I know
it
you're that
almost-
face. You're thinking of it yourself. Dan. No. No.
He's the backup in case the first reroll doesn't work.
No.
Umbra slips through
Can I
the
sp-
gap in the door that you've left.
Oh.
You you get a feeling that she's a little disappointed. And that somebody's probably gotten hurt, but yeah, she's a little bit annoyed at you for calling her away just as she was about to chew somebody's face off. But she kind of emerges through the doorway, sliding through the gap, this hidden gap, and it's kind of reattaches itself to your physical form, if you like.
Yep.
Yeah, and you're not so great yourself. You're in
No.
a bad way, but
He's alright.
he's
Oh,
alright.
so I will
be
then
alright.
I'll then attempt to lock the door and stop anyone from coming out the back.
Okay.
I said I would.
So you
I'm gonna
lock
have
the door. Yeah. Locking the door.
Well, not
It's gonna be
physically lock it. I'm gonna try and look. I'm in the back of an alleyway, so I'm assuming there's something that I could possibly like put through the handles.
Like some wood and
Yeah.
some nails, a hammer.
Oh,
like
yeah, sure, yeah. I could build a DIY shed while I'm here, yeah. Yeah.
Wondering how you'd do it and what role would make you do.
What's his worst roll?
Well, I'm going to attempt to hunt a good thing to barricade the door with.
Okay.
Well, you know what you could do? Yeah, you could kill a policeman and then use his body to block the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna rip his intestines out and use it as a bit of a rope to
Tie
start the
it
door.
to the
Or
door.
just push his body against the door.
Yeah.
Well,
That
no, that's
doesn't.
not
That's
very
not
good.
gonna.
The door opens inward. So
Oh.
I mean, it
It's
did
just
say
the body.
Oh, all right then.
Oh, one of them doors that opens both ways, Ange. Yeah, I would say I'm gonna have a hunt something or survey the area for something that might work. I would say that's what would be ideal.
for you, I'm
Yes.
sure it'd be lovely.
I mean,
okay.
while
This
he's
is-
doing
this
this,
is-
immediately can we leave the building?
I've got no idea how you would do this and what you would use to block a door. So let's make your roll, and then somebody can come up with something, because I'm out of ideas. But let's go for it.
Is it not a bin? Oh no, you see the door opens inwards.
Which skill am I using? Am I hunting or
You tell
surveying?
me. I don't know. You tell me.
Wreck?
I'll say I'll go with survey. 'Cause, yeah, I think I'm
Okay.
pushing it with hunt. But yeah, I'll survey the area, see if there's anything that's useful to barricade the door up with.
Yeah, you find out the building is subsided by a meter.
Yeah, you're not barricading that door at
You're
all.
searching for a while. Yeah. You know, you are sitting there thinking, what am I gonna? I can't jam a chair up underneath the door handle because the door opens inward. So I can't use that wrecked chair there. I can't. Yeah, you're searching around. vainly looking for something that's used to block this door.
Yeah.
In the meantime, down in the basement, we have Tar, we have Ashlyn, we have Solomon, who have finished examining these bodies, and Tar has revealed to you that he thinks that these bodies perhaps were killed. These people were killed outside of the barrier.
Yeah. Well, we need, now that we've got that info, we should make our way out and keep an eye out for Nicholas on the way out if we see him.
Yeah. Is everybody... Tar, are you going with them, yeah?
You want to come along?
Tar has a look around to see if there's any chemicals that are being used in the embalming process or whatever. Anything that looks handy, and he grabs whatever he can find. Tools.
Tell you what,
tools.
yeah.
Scalpels.
I think there's going to be something, because obviously somebody will have conducted some kind of examination of these bodies for the blue coats, but at the moment I don't know what they are. But we'll say that you have grabbed a whole load of stuff, and we will look at that later. You see Solomon is heading out upstairs. Ashlyn, are you following? Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Well, I'd already said let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hope they had luck with the evidence room or anything else. And
Go upstairs.
The distraction upstairs clears our way.
Right. So you the corridors are surprisingly clear, and there's no. And you kind of make your way up. Onto the ground floor. It's strangely quiet inside the building at the moment. There's no sign of anybody moving around inside the actual precinct at the moment.
What's the plus?
So, yeah, you make your way to the back door where you came in. Kind of push the door open, and you can see out in the yard, Casper is waiting. He seems to be searching around for something. You're not sure what.
I would love it if his searching is just him standing there being like, well, if I try this, it won't work. Like, he's just monologuing to himself.
I'm just picking up random objects going,
No.
No.
What is your... Is he with you?
Unfortunately, he is.
So.
Yeah, he paid the membership fees, so unfortunately we have to keep him.
I see.
Yeah,
Well.
Nicholas is out on the ledge on the front of the building, I guess. Or on the side of the building.
Sorry, I was just drinking.
That's quite all right. You go right
Just
ahead.
while you were hanging out the window.
I insist you
Well, I
have
was
a
hanging
drink.
out the window.
Well, because it's cool, isn't it?
I've been
Yeah.
practicing.
Yeah, exactly. Drinking and smoking is always cool, kids. Don't forget.
Let's
We're
not
not
start
starting
this
that
one again.
I will move back around the ledge to the window I climbed out of originally and duck back in and make my way out of the station.
Yeah, okay. And so I think you will probably arrive at the back door around the same time, because they've conducted their little investigation inside. Casper's been searching around outside. So you arrive just after they have stepped out. And you can see that they appear to have an extra figure with them, a very tall, awkward looking fella, whose trousers are not quite long enough.
I can relate.
Yeah. And they appear to have just arrived themselves. There is some noise going on out front.
Yeah, excellent. You're all here. I think Slip went out the other way. What the... Let me fix my microphone, which is not picking me up properly. Apologies for that.
That's quite all right.
Excellent, you're all here.
Did we get what we needed?
I've got some information. We can talk on the way back. We may as well not hang around here. Slip's making a lot of noise.
Where's Ashlyn?
Right there.
I was going to say, I also thought he was right.
And
I did.
I
I
will
was a little bit
not
confused
point
of
at
where
the
I
eye.
was.
Ashlyn, stop hiding behind people.
Should we just get out of here? Have we got what we need?
I think Casper
Where's-
needs to get his eyes checked, but otherwise,
Where's Slip?
he's making a lot of noise around the front. I don't think it's the best time to pick him up.
Right, he'll find us when he needs us. He knows
Exactly.
where to go. Do
Who's
you want to
this?
come with us? He's somebody who's very helpful and handy.
Hello.
Hello.
I haven't caught his name yet. Maybe we can do introductions when we're out of the Blue Coat precinct.
Seems like a good idea.
so you are going to just make your way out of the district. As perhaps as you kind of
Still
sneak around the
nonchalant.
front, the last thing you kind of see of the Blue Coat precinct is the area out front where there are a large number of blue coats that seem to be beating down on somebody who is obviously by now
Damn it.
probably on the floor, surrounded by these things like a scrum. You can't even see that. You can't even see Slip. There's many of them all swarmed around him.
It's like the Hulk.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And they just swing. You see these battens coming down and feet going in, and yeah, you have to leave him behind.
It's the way he would have wanted it.
He can fight his battles. He knows what he's
Yeah.
doing. Or he may not know what he's doing. But he'll know
He
where
gives the
to find
appearance
us.
of knowing what he's
It's just one of those things where you'd be like, he'll be fine, and then you just hear the bells ringing, you're like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so you make your way out of 6 Towers. Was your base of operations over in the docks there, and yeah, that's the end of the score, folks. So we would go into downtime here, and this is where we would normally work out how much heat you've gathered. There will be some.
But they won't know it's that.
Okay. No, well, this is it, and maybe you've actually been able to reduce some because
Slip's going to jail.
Flip will be going to jail, and obviously Nicholas has managed to grab that file as well, which may help somewhat. Okay, so let's take a look at that. Let's look at the crew sheet and see if what the deal is.
Oh.
GM
Crew
question.
Unfortunately, there's no payment for this one, guys. This was just something you did off your back.
What?
Oh, great.
Why did we do that?
The payment is the friends we made along the way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, obviously there
Man
was
in the
no
world.
This was just-
payment because
this was
we'd
just an
been.
info gathering exercise.
Yeah, all
Not
those
the
people had been
overarching score.
approaching us and had sussed us out, so we were trying to find out what was going on.
Yeah.
And,
However, you will gain some reputation.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, we got exposure.
Yeah. I think you'll get 2 points of reputation
It's a rep.
from this
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah. Heat.
We're already on 2.
Crew accumulates suspicion and attention from the law and the powers that be in the city as the last score. Now, nobody died, so we don't get that.
Yet.
But
Don't
we
get
did
that well.
leave a crew member.
But
Did we?
he's catatonic.
Yes.
He's not going to say
He's
anything. He's
not-
catatonic.
No, but
He's
they
crazy.
Already, if somebody already knows, like, he was part of our group and everything, that could be traced to us very easily.
Hello?
Thinking about ideas.
Whose side are you on?
I mean,
The side
he's
of the
just on the side of
narrative.
pure chaos.
That sounds ideal.
It
I
is,
think I'll
yeah.
fit right in.
So I think in terms of heat,
In my experience, if someone goes to jail, that's quite important. And
it is, and I was just hoping
I'd
that.
say it's detrimental.
Would you? No.
Ignore him.
Somebody
Ignore
takes the rap.
anything that IMT says.
Oh, is that why he was asking? I'm not in the next episode, am I?
It's
that-
really severe.
Can we just keep Umbra the better half?
Yeah. Alone him.
Actually, it's all or nothing. You have to take the rough with the smooth. I'm afraid.
Is that what they say?
That's what they say.
That's fine.
Right,
We can
let
just
me-
leave him
let's go
locked
for
up
the-
until Solomon figures out how to control Umbra.
Yeah.
Okay, smooth and quiet, low exposure.
Hang on, are we taking any heat then? Sorry.
This is what I'm working out now.
We're still doing heat.
So this operation, I mean, was it smooth and quiet, low exposure?
That
No.
seemed pretty smooth from my end.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
Was
go
it-
by percent, I mean, if
would
you
you
go
say
by
it was-
per gang member,
Would you say it
you
was
think
contained standard exposure? I mean, for you guys, it was.
I'd
No.
not say that's
I
contained.
mean, to be fair, it was contained to a single building, so it was contained.
No, it went out on the street, so
It did.
Yeah, it did. It did.
So,
Yeah.
loud and chaotic, high exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's fitting.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay, so that's
I wouldn't.
that's 4
Because
heat
that's sort of
right
like
there.
too much of a jump
Four
up. I think.
heat.
That would be 4 heat
I think it's
right
more
there
the
for that.
previous one.
it's getting hot.
Contained.
Ooh, it's getting
I mean,
up.
you voted for it. You can't be shocked when you voted for the worst option. Jesus. I
think it
would
was
contained is the one that
unanimous.
makes the most sense. I think contained makes
Now-
the most sense.
Yeah.
Because like the high exposure one is basically like
Can I
everyone
change my
physical
vote?
around you.
No.
The
Fucking Egypt.
slip going to prison would only affect you if you had a wanted level, which you don't yet.
okay.
So at the moment we're kind of stuck at that. Once we max out that heat, you'll gain a wanted level, but we haven't got there yet. So
3 off.
yeah, so maybe next time, guys. Must try
How would we
harder.
be able to reduce heat on this?
You can reduce heat
Gotta do
using a
charity work.
downtime action to do it.
by doing what? Sorry.
You can use one of your
Downtime.
downtime actions. You can describe how you would be reducing the heat for it.
Well, is it a group downtime action then?
No, just
No.
one of you could decide to do it. Use
Yeah.
one of your downtime
Yeah.
actions to do it. If you want.
Yeah, if we all
Okay.
used our downtime action to reduce heat, then the heat would go down pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that is rep.
I think Casper
Now,
should use all
I
his
think
downtime
you're gonna
action
get
for
some
that.
extra rep.
You
as
only
well.
get 2.
You're
Maybe next time when we do a minor infraction, we shouldn't vote for the worst outcome when it comes
Yeah.
to the...
You're gonna get an extra couple of points of rep because they were a higher tier
Yeah.
than you. Technically, you
Oh.
should get
Yeah.
3. I didn't really roll them as higher though, which was naughty of me because I didn't realise. But 3 points of rep extra because they are.
Is that on top of the 2 you've already given us?
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Split rep heat and. Could somebody on heat? Somebody want to roll 6-sided dice?
Yep.
That's a 3.
3.
Was a 6. Bounced off the edge.
I mean, it wasn't a skill check; it was just a dice roll.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't a skill check. No, you're fine. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay.
No, don't say it like that. Why is he doing that? And why is he doing that?
Die.
No one's about to die.
Yeah.
However, I think I'm going to save that one for a bit later. What we've just done there is we've rolled for what's called an entanglement.
Right.
And it's based on the level of heat that you have, and you roll a dice, and it will give you a particular result. And so, I think we will save that result for a little bit later.
Do we need another entanglement? We've already got Casper and Slip.
No, not anymore.
No, we haven't got sleep. You got rid of one of them.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll perhaps deal with that the downtime. Everybody's going to have downtime to do. You have 2 downtime actions if you remember. You can do things like relieve stress by indulging your vice. You can attempt to heal. And you can spend a coin to gain yourself an extra downtime action if you want to.
We don't have any coins. We didn't get paid.
Then you cannot obviously do that. Unless you have any left over from last time. So
there is one in the crew.
There's one.
There is one
One
coin in the
person
crew.
could take the 1 coin out of the crew and do whatever they want
needs
to do with it.
I've only got 1 stress, so I'm alright.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
So
on 2, so I'm fine for that.
Sure.
Yeah, I got 2.
Do you want to do anything else with your downtime actions then? Because you can.
I'm just going to heal my sprained arm.
You get an extra.
Okay. You'll get an
If-
extra
yeah.
dice because of
With-
tar as well.
Yeah, I give you an extra D. I've got Physica, and I use Tinker with the bones and blood and bodily humours to treat wounds or stabilise dying.
So, do I press heal then?
But you get plus 1D with that.
Yeah.
I'll have to do the heal. What do I press?
That's a good question. I remember myself. This has been a while, hasn't it? What are you on at the moment?
I have level 2 sprained arm.
See, that should have affected us during.
Oh well,
things
never
earlier.
mind, eh?
Yeah, we'll have to remember for next
Because,
time.
well, I mean, to be fair, she was only throwing around powder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, but
With
she
my
did have a
good
sword.
arm.
What were you
Yeah.
doing? So your sword was in your bad arm.
Yeah, but I didn't do anything. I just held it out.
Yeah, they did the
So-
breathing.
You're gonna roll some dice, aren't we? So you know the dice on the left hand side. You've got the little dice icon on the left hand side of the screen.
Yep.
That I think.
Was it 2D? 2 dice. Because I've got tar.
Go on then. Yeah.
Three and a 5.
Five. So you mark 2 segments on your healing clock.
Oh.
That. Now you've got another action, so you could do the same thing again if you wanted.
Yeah. Oh, can I overheal?
How do you do that?
I don't know. Just wanted to
I
check.
indulged my healing.
Puts
I
on weight.
overindulged.
Yeah, comes back and now she's
6.
like,
So that's your 2 things. You get to mark 3 segments of that clock, which I think fills it in, right?
Well, I'm sure you'll
No.
feel a lot better now.
Got 1 segment. 2 for the last one, and then 1 for the next.
Yeah. So you kind of mark 1 segment on the next clock.
Have you trusted Tar to actually, assist with your wounds?
Yeah.
or whatever?
So we're back. We're back at
Yeah.
the wherever. We're back at the thing, and I'm trying to put like a splint on my arm and at the table. I'm
And
fiddling with that.
I kind of help. Let's walk over
Oh,
and
is-
say, no, don't do it like that. You must do it like this, and I help you out.
Yeah. Okay. So you've now got what's less than a sprain? Strained.
bruised.
No. Bruised.
Okay. So you've
Sore.
got a
Yeah.
bruised arm.
Yeah.
Which arm is it? Left or right?
Left.
Okay. And you've got one segment clicked on that to heal that as well.
Yep.
So that's you done with the healing.
Yeah, I'm done.
So that's your downtime complete. Who's going to go next? Who wants to?
Did you
then we need
change
to
mine?
reduce.
Sheet.
I mean,
show
Solomon was
it.
working on the machine to kind of deal with his drained status.
Oh yeah, you want to heal.
Yeah. I think it still counts as healing. I can't remember how much we did last time. I think it probably would have been 2 on the track. Because we were trying to make, like, we were sourcing someone who could add something, a machine or something similar we could use.
Yeah. I'll fill it on bloody tars, that's fine. There you go. Right. So you want to carry on your healing,
Yeah.
Solomon? You are drained. Nothing.
Yeah, because I got drained by the ghosty.
Sure. So you as well. You have the same assistance here from Tar. He's very busy.
Yeah.
Feeding you. It's kind of a bit weird. I mean, there's this guy, you hardly know him, but he seems to know a lot about drugs and medicines and things like that. So
If it helps.
if you trust him, yeah. Go on then. If you roll 2 dice.
Just do.
Okay. Is it the dice icon?
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, it wasn't not giving me a. I'll just do a manual roll. Middle of the road.
You get 1 segment. Do you get to
Alright.
check on that box there? You can have another time action. You don't want to indulge your vice or anything, do you? 'Cause you're okay for stress.
Yeah, I've got 2. But
So, is there anything else that you wanted to do? Do you have any long-term projects or anything? What's
it's something I was building. I was building something last time.
you were? I can't remember what that was.
He was working on this. I mean, I think because he was building this machine to basically powered by electroplasm or ghost energy to sort of reinvigorate him. So I think that's kind of what he's sort of.
Is that part
We
of
did
his
need-
vice that he was?
Yeah, that was the thing because it kind of ties into both of it. So yeah, they'll be kind of engaging in that. So yeah,
Okay.
so if I engage the vice, that is rolling.
If you indulge your vice and you get over 2, you are going to overindulge, though. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Probably... Oh, and you did. Oh no, that's.
What was I haven't rolled yet.
2d6. Oh no, what's the 2d6?
Yeah.
Oh, the 2d6 was that's it.
Oh, that was for trying to
that's
get the
right.
healing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I might go for another round then of trying to get rid of that harm.
Okay. Yep.
Just, I don't know why the dice item doesn't work. Right. Oh, that's better.
5. That's better. Yeah.
Partial
That will
success.
clear
That's 2.
2 segments off of that clock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nearly there.
Nearly done.
Nearly there. Nice.
And I'll have myself a ghost draining machine.
Well, this is
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'll be, or something to shoot up with electroplasm. You know.
Does anybody else
Energy
need
drink of the
to
future.
reduce stress or anything like that, or heal, or reduce heat? It's up to you guys what you want to do.
Casper needs a lot of heal.
Healing,
Yeah.
sure.
He is
that would be,
concussed.
He is. He's got a level 2 harm at the moment, hasn't he? So
And he
yeah,
has a
let's see if we
bruised
can-
hand.
Oh my god! All right. Let's see if we can get rid of something.
So I am also going to let this random stranger feel me up.
Yeah, why not? You get to mark 2 segments on your healing clock for that.
Well, that completes
one.
my clock.
Does it? So that's
Yes.
going to reduce. You can either get rid of that level 1, or it will reduce that level 2 to a level 1. I think that's probably the better option, to be honest.
Well, the problem is I already have 2 level 1s.
Oh,
I haven't got a space to write a 3rd level 1.
right. Do you want to get rid of one of those level 1s?
Yeah. I'll get rid of the twisted ankle that I also have.
Okay. Yeah. Jeez, I didn't realise that. I didn't realise how battered you guys were when you went into this.
Well, it's mainly me.
It should have been having an effect on what we were doing. But
So
yeah,
it could've been even
okay.
worse.
So yeah, make things even a lot worse.
Yeah.
So you've got
No
another
longer.
downtime action to use if you wish to use. You
I
can reduce stress. You can try and heal again, or you can do something else.
I'm gonna. Last time I tried to de-stress, I ended up getting the 2
There is something
arms.
I haven't mentioned before, which you guys might want to know. You can train as well, and that will give you an XP point on one of your attributes or your playbook.
Don't de-stress if you've got 2, because you're gonna almost certainly.
He's on
over.
4 at the
I'm
He's
moment.
on 4.
4.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could go either way.
Yeah. Could be fun. Go out with a bang.
You know what? I mainly because I feel it's a little my fault the way we are. I'm going to try and lower the crew's notoriety, the heat.
Okay, so how would you go about doing that? That's a good question. What could you do to perhaps reduce the heat of the crew? That score.
Casper, he is a bounty hunter himself. He does dabble in helping out, so he's gonna kind of reach out to some of his contacts in the blue coats that he has, and kind of pay favor to them, and
Okay.
offer assistance to help them in their day-to-day sort of
find the real culprit.
Yeah. Well, he's about to go, so he'll offer his services as a bit of a favor. So he'll help, he'll go off and help hunt people down that they're after, sort of thing.
Okay. I think we require a roll
Knew you were going to do that.
for this one. Yeah. I mean, it sounds like this is going to be some kind of interpersonal thing that you're doing, right?
Yep.
So in terms of the ability you're going to use for this, what do you think it would be?
I would probably say it's sway.
Okay. I think you're probably right. So basically you're just gonna kind of ingratiate yourself
Yep.
with the blue coats a little bit.
Yep. A bit of, I've scratched your back. You kind of forget that I did what I did.
Yeah. Okay. And in fact, I think then what we could do is you could say this is going to take a little bit of time, but maybe what he's doing is he's approached a blue coat. I see what you think of this. He's approached a blue coat that he kind of knows a bit, that he's familiar with, and he's basically knows that they're after a particular person in the city, somebody they're after, and he has offered to. You could offer to either kill them. No, that would be a bit. Bring them in. Yeah.
Yes, and I would say that if that's the case, it wouldn't really be a sway.
No,
it would be a
that's
hunt.
right.
It would be
I
a
think
hunt
it
on see
would-
if he
I
finds
think-
him.
I think it probably would. Yeah. And so maybe something like that will okay, that you will approach these people you know,
Yep.
this blue coat you know, and kind of say, I'll help you out if you kind of
You can
get
find
rid
this
of
guy.
some- or if you can maybe forget that we may have been involved in this incident in
Yep.
6 hours.
Yeah.
What do you think, guys? Does that sound all right? Everybody else?
Yep.
Sound reasonable thing? Okay, then let's go for it. Yeah, let's
Just a normal hunt roll then, yeah?
yeah, let's go for that, yeah. I think it'd be standard and 5. I think you have reduced 2 heat with that roll.
Ooh, nice.
However,
Oh, come on.
He always does that. He always says,
However,
"Yeah, that's
I
really good,"
shot
but
myself in the
however,
foot.
but the fact is that this guy that you've brought in, he's connected to somebody.
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And these people may know Casper has brought in one of their own and handed them over to the Bluecoats, right? So I think that this might affect your reputation with another gang.
oh.
Sorry, guys.
No, and this is fine because I mean
No, it's your personal reputation. Nothing to do with this.
they're all
Oh.
rivals, right? All rivals
Yeah.
with each other and stuff. So, so I think at some point we'll maybe have a discussion about who this gang might be, and we can make the adjustments to that. But yeah, I think that's probably what's happened. That you've spent a bit of time tracking down the guy to bring him to justice for the Bluecoats in exchange for them perhaps getting about certain incidents that may have occurred the other night.
Yep.
Casper is dead and ably completed that task, but has drawn the ire of rival faction. Okay, who wants to go next?
Only Kaldari left, isn't there?
Nicola.
Yeah,
It's me. I was
Yeah.
typing in the true comp chat. Sorry.
that's okay. I mean, there's Tar as well. I mean, I don't think we should leave him out necessarily.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Abandoned.
Oh, he'd
Tar.
done something for some reason.
Yeah.
That's what made me think.
But we'll okay. Well, let's deal with Nicholas next then. So Nicholas, you got 2 downtime actions.
Yes.
How would you wish to spend them?
First of all, I intend to spend some time training. I'm
Okay.
going to go back to speak to my friend Frake, the locksmith, and hopefully learn something about locks. They keep conquering me, and I wish they didn't.
Yeah, I think it was that you just got some dodgy tools that last time.
I spent a lot of
You can-
money on these tools.
Yeah. So you get to fill in one of the. Now, it's more than likely. I'm assuming that you could. It's locks going for kind of prowess. That I
Yeah.
think is more, or even insight, whichever. Tinker. So it comes under insight. So, but either insight or prowess, I think that you can check there. It's entirely up to you which one you go for.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for prowess. We have the crew bonus in training prowess as well.
Yeah. What does that give us?
Plus 1 XP.
Oh, so you get 2 XP for that.
Yep.
Nice. Okay, so that's one of your down actions. Is there anything else you
There's-
wish to do?
There was a second action, but I hadn't decided on it yet, and then Ange asked me a question about the game, and I got confused.
Oh, and that's it. Okay, do you want to think about that? And we perhaps
Yeah, come back to me in a second. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, your downtime actions. Is there anything you wish to?
I've been healing these ragtag bunch of miscreants. They remind me a lot of myself when I was first in Duskfall. They're quite cohesive. They still have a lot to learn, but I think I might help them out. I'd like
Okay.
to help them out a little bit. They seem to have made quite a bit of a mess. My contacts have become aware of them. I will speak to Lisa.
Oh, Alyssa. Okay. Right.
And I'll say, look, Lissa, we've done some work for you in the past, and well, there's a new group in town. They seem to have best intentions in mind, and unfortunately, you might laugh at this, but I think they managed to completely wreck a Blue Coat precinct in Six Towers. But it was nothing to do with me. I was just passing by. I healed them up. I just wonder maybe if you would be able to, well, if there was anything that you would be able to do, perhaps I could do you a favor in return. I see some of your weapons might need upgraded. I wouldn't be against spending some time doing so.
So are you wishing to use Lissa to kind of reduce heat somehow? Using the blue coats?
I want to offer her my tinker skills in return for her exerting a little bit of pressure down her networks to reduce a bit of heat for these new guys.
Well, it does so happen that the crows. Lissa, people may not realise, Lissa is actually the leader of the crows who hang out. They're the main gang that controls Crowsfoot in Duskwall. And Tar, from a previous campaign, has a little bit of history with the crows, and he's using his kind of influence with them a little bit to try and help this gang out, by the sound of things. Now the crows are friendly with the blue coats, so that's probably quite a good move that he's made in that regard. And I think we're going to need some kind of role from Tar in this regard,
Could I use my tinker skills and I actually do the job that I offer up front for the crows, and I show them the quality of my work?
Yes, I would say damn right you can do that.
Oh bastard.
However, so you are kind of friendly with the crows, but you're not friends, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So you're not going to upgrade their stuff too much, because they're still a rival faction at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So you do some of this work that you say, and you do upgrade some of their weapons as you suggested, but it's not your best work. You're holding back. You're not giving them the whole shebang here. So you get to reduce 1 point of heat from the. So well done.
For my second, how bad is the heat? Was it terrible? What's it down?
I think you're on 3 now. Down to 4. Okay.
Down to 4.
Yeah.
Down to 4. Yeah.
I think maybe Lissa would be giving me the kind of side eye and going, "Look, I know you're better than this, pal. What you doing?" But I'm a bit lost. Is Tar? He's lost Harry.
Yeah.
He's lost Sylph. His 2 besties, his gang, the Black Rats, have kind of gone their separate ways, and he needs a bit of a new home. So he quite enjoys being around the hubbub of and getting access to all the tech, and so he continues to work. Is that possible?
Yeah,
can
absolutely.
I use another
Can I do the same thing? Yeah, sure.
It's better than 1 and a 2 anyway.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, what's gonna happen here, I think, is you lose 1 point of heat. But Lissa is perhaps becoming a little bit sus to Tar right now. She kind of is not sure if he's trying it on a little bit. and so she's becoming a little bit suspicious of him, and maybe call on her for favors is not necessarily going to go Tar's way next time.
Mm-hmm.
And she lets you know.
Mm-hmm.
He lets Tar know that she's not entirely happy. That she's going to be keeping an eye on him. But yeah, you lose 1 point of heat, which is cool.
Is that 2 in total?
It is, yeah. I think somebody already removed those.
Cool.
Nice one. And so, but over to Nicholas for his last
Yes.
downtime.
I will probably catch Tar at some point before he leaves and just get him to take a look at this gash on my leg.
Yep.
Let's get rid of that since I don't have anything
Let's
else
do
to
that. Let's do that. So you get to roll 2D.
Yep.
This one. 5.
Goals. Wands.
5's all right. 5's good.
There were
That's
too many
2
wands
segments on your
tonight.
healing clock.
Did you say 2 segments?
2 segments. Does
Yes.
that help?
All right.
Are you still okay? Yeah. So
Yes, I had nothing on the clock because I got it down from a level 2 harm last time.
Yeah.
Last
Okay.
downtime.
Yeah.
So my clock was blank, but I've got level 1 harm.
That's all right. Cool. Yeah. Yeah. No worries. And that's that for now. We can look at. Do you want to quickly go through XP? Anybody? We
Yeah,
can
is it
kinda
like
do
group
that.
XP or so?
We got both. We got
yeah. I'd never say no to free XP.
Free XP.
Right. So look what we got going on here then. Right. Who wants to go first for this then? Let's deal with this quickly.
Do you want to do the crew first? 'Cause that should be quite a cool thing.
Yep. The shadows.
Well, we got it up.
Execute a successful burglary, espionage, robbery, or sabotage operation.
It was successful
It was
because
successful.
it just yes.
Walks away with
You
stuff.
guys, you
We
feel
got
that
what
it
we
was a
wanted.
success. You got some information, which is what you went in for, right?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the deal. So you get yourself an XP for that
Woohoo!
Yay.
on the cruise ship. Did you contend with challenges above your current station? You certainly did.
Yeah, we did.
Sorry.
That's another X for that.
Yay.
Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
We definitely developed a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Think?
mean that's the thing is like because not many gangs would just literally just go at the friggin' blue cloak.
Got a blue
Yeah.
coat thing. Attack one of their. Okay, if you want to stick another XP on there. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. Now,
I mean
this
there was
is
inner
an
conflict.
interpretation.
What are the group goals?
Why were we doing it? Why were we
Not
going
dying.
into that?
Ah, yeah, we were going into
we're
it.
trying-
Because
Figure out what happened with the murder.
Yeah, because we've been contacted by a lot of people, and we were trying to find out why.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's our goals, isn't it? So yeah,
Yeah.
we talked about that.
We don't know why still though, do we?
No.
Yeah, I think it means
No, but-
goals as in like the ambitions for the thing rather than just the objectives for
it's
the
to
mission.
get our rep up, isn't it? Which we did then.
Yeah, but we
No,
talked about it.
Make-
And we talked about being backstabbed.
I
Yeah, our rep
don't
up and
know
make
if
money.
you-
We didn't make any
Would
money.
you-
That we talked about people backstabbing us and the nature of the environment and how people were two-timing us, and we had a discussion about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So kind of conflict and
Yeah, that stuff would probably count.
Yeah.
Stick yourself an XP if you think that's
we
that's
RP'd
right.
that.
Yeah.
I'm damn sure we RP'd
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I mean, I've got no issue with that at all.
Yeah.
So that's you're done with the crew. It's each individual now. So we'll start with. I can't really deal with Slip.
Do I get Slip's reputation on Tar, or does it not work like that?
What do you mean?
I mean, you're a different person.
No, there's some.
Oh, in terms of the, Oh, that's a good question.
Is it this game that does that? There's definitely one game we play that if you switch characters, then the reputation and the XP and carries over into the new character that you pick up. But I don't know if it's this one.
It could be this one.
He helped us a bit, didn't he? He helped us examine
No,
it.
I mean, he should definitely be getting some. It's
Yeah.
just-
Okay, well we'll go for it.
Yeah.
We'll go for it just like this.
We can fill it in. When we know.
Going forward with that character for now, so
yeah, I think
It
yeah,
makes sense
why
that the
not?
character already has their own reputation, so that'll be about the same.
I didn't do anything with destruction, carnage, mayhem.
Did you address a challenge with technical skill or mayhem though?
Not well. Technical skill.
You could argue the technical skill
Healing.
because of it's the fact that you were examining the body and things like that.
Yeah,
would
that's
be a
true.
technical
Yeah,
skill,
that was
right?
technical skill. Yeah, right enough. Yeah, so I'll take one for that.
One for that. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I said I was.
he said he was Scotland.
but it doesn't really count.
No.
And you probably didn't struggle with your issues of vice or traumas during this session because you don't have trauma.
My other character did.
He does. He does. Yeah, and maybe we'll have to deal with that if he comes back. So yeah, express beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
That's cool.
Now, if you feel that you did in some way, then you just mark another XP on for that.
Nah, not yet. That'll come.
I don't mark the XP.
This is on the playbook bit.
Abilities.
So it says abilities. You've got those flashes.
Okay, yeah.
If you had any desperate rolls, so you mark the flash next to the whichever attribute the ability came under. So if you did a desperate skirmish roll, for example, you would have marked a point in prowess. If you did a desperate way roll, you'd have marked it in resolve. Does that make sense? Is she listening? I don't know if she's listening.
Oh, I thought you were talking to.
I think she's
Roy, sorry.
fixated on the cat.
Ashland did do a desperate roll. I'm sure.
Did you mark it, Ange?
I didn't do it in the end because we said
Oh, no, that's
if
right,
I went
because-
back I was going to do it, but then I didn't do that roll.
okay.
So because
Yeah, that's right. Because Solomon put the guy in a headlock. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Good point.
there was no desperate roll.
Right. So
Solomon was pretty desperate.
yeah. So we've done. Who's going next? Is it Ashlyn? Are we doing?
Yeah, do Ashlyn, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
did you address a challenge with deception or influence? Now it doesn't say whether it's successful. It just asked if you addressed a challenge with it.
Did because I threw that powder and he walked off.
Sure. Okay. Mark an XP in your playbook for that.
Okay.
You did? Did you sway somebody? Did you?
No. I
mean,
tried with the powder.
I suppose brainwashing count.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, for the purposes of this, we'll say go on then. It's not for me to decide. You're supposed to decide yourself.
What? Do I put another one on now? For what?
You've just done that.
Oh,
Yeah. Sorry.
If the committee is deciding, then you're like no.
Yeah. Just mute Andy.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
No.
No. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or traumas?
No.
Oh, no, probably not. Okay, so that's you done. Who's up?
I'll go.
Okay. Casper. Casper is a hound. Did he
Yes.
address any challenges with tracking or violence?
Yes, he did.
He did. Did he do it more than
Did.
once though?
He did.
So that's 2 XP for that.
He did.
You
That's all
definitely.
I'm trying to do.
Did you express beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
No, I don't think I did.
No. You didn't struggle with any issues from your vice or traumas either, I don't
No.
think. No. And that's that then. Did you mark your desperate? Did you do it? You did a desperate roll, didn't you, Ellie?
I did 2, yeah, so I'm up
So
to
you
3
got
on
2.
prowess
Yep.
and 2 on
Excellent.
insight at the moment.
Nice. Who's up next?
There we go, Kidari.
Man. Oh, you're gonna go. Who's up? Are you going?
Yeah.
Kadar, are you going? Cool.
Sure.
Nicholas.
That's me.
You are the lurk. Did you address the challenge with stealth or evasion?
Yes.
Yes.
I'd
you
probably say
did.
multiple times.
I think you did it more
Pursuing
than
the
once.
Wraiths and also
Yep.
sneaking
So I
around
think
the
you need
police
to-
station.
Yep. I think you need to put 2 XP in there. for
Which gives me an
definite.
advance in prowess.
So you get to
Hey.
choose a dot. You get to choose a dot to put in one of those
That's
things.
going
to
into
fulfill.
finesse again.
Okay, you get to
Oops.
now.
I'm
go
going to put another point in prowess because I accidentally clicked the thing again. and I can't get rid of
Wait,
it.
hang on. Where were you? Wasn't that supposed to go into the abilities bar, not the actual prowess bar?
That's right. It goes into the.
Oh yes, sorry, it does. Yes, beg your
Yes.
pardon.
So
Sorry,
your prowess
sorry,
didn't
Nicholas.
go up then, it was your abilities
Yeah.
that went up by 2.
My
So your
mistake.
prowess bar was on 4, was it?
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, and your finesse was on 2.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, fix that.
I'll fix that for you.
That is my fault
it-
for misunderstanding how advancement works.
Yeah, no, it's next to abilities. There's those flashes
Yes.
there. You need.
I see them now. I've adjusted them.
Yep. Okay, so you put 2 in there. Okay, right. Next up was there. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? Now, you could maybe make an argument for this with your training, possibly, because you went back to your
For the blueprint.
mentor. Did you?
I'm not. I probably wouldn't argue for it, really.
Okay,
My
that's
mentor
fine.
isn't
No,
that related to my background. It's
Okay.
more someone I met after I left.
that's very honest of you, and we applaud that. No, Angela, honest. You struggle with issues from your vice or traumas. That's
Not
probably
this
not
time,
really.
no.
Okay. Did you have any desperate rolls at all during that?
Not that I remember.
No,
I
I
usually
don't
mark
think
them when
so.
I get them, so.
Yeah, that's cool. Right, so we just left with Solomon then.
Right.
Is the Whisper. The Whisper.
The old ghosted boy.
Yeah, man.
Spooky.
So, did you address any of your challenges with knowledge or arcane power?
I did a few because I did some studying and I did some ghost summoning.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's different things.
Ghost summoning? Did you do some ghost summoning?
Yeah, because that's how we got in. Because I got the ghost
Oh,
unlocked
you
the door
did.
by
Yes,
accident.
you
Yes, I
did.
got
So
the
you
info.
get You
Yeah.
well, you managed to open the door, didn't you? You got them to open the door for you.
Yeah,
And
yeah, because we weren't having much
and-
luck getting in.
no. And knowledge for the
Yeah.
doing the when you were searching the body, that kind of thing. Was that what you think?
Yeah, the forensic investigation and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep, go for that. That's 2 points there then.
So would that go into? I'm trying to think. So just basically just say there would be abilities.
So
or-
where it's abilities, you'll fill
Yeah.
in two of those flashes next to that.
Cool. Yeah.
And did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I'm trying to remember back to the because we had that that sort of conversation bit where we're theorizing about why the ravens were called. I don't know if that would count as a backgroundy thing because that was sort of based on my experience of like this is what I'd expect to happen and this is why it wouldn't happen. I don't know if that would.
I've got. I don't mind if you wanted to. If you think it's worth it, then yeah, sure, put an extra one in. Struggle with the issues from your vice or traumas. I don't think any of you really did this.
No.
No, I tried to bring it in with the summoning thing, but it didn't really. Yeah, it didn't really affect it. So,
No.
sadly,
Okay.
this is
be.
the.
You're on 3. Yeah, 3 points for that. Cool. Nice one. Were there any desperate rolls from
No.
Solomon? I don't think there were there? Okay. Well, that's
I'd like
that.
to fit.
Yes. We should. we should remember that you can always increase the position
Yeah.
at any point that you want. If you want to kind of try and increase the effect, some way you can
Yeah.
make it more difficult for
I
yourself.
think it's because I keep only ever seeing it really on like a fail where it makes the situation desperate, And I keep thinking that must be the only way it could happen. So I don't know.
You can force that. You can, because if you want to increase the effect of something, you can make the roll
sort of overextend.
Yeah, and make it more dangerous for yourself in that regard. Yeah. But that's just something we'll learn as we go on. Like, I will remember that you have harm at one point, and that it will affect your rolls. But I always forget.
Just as we get rid of it.
Yeah, I always forget that factions are a higher tier than you, and it will be more difficult for you to do stuff. But we will remember this one day.
One day,
yeah. And you'll all have trauma. And as I don't think there's much point carrying on. We're at 10 to 12, so I think it's probably a good time to leave it right there. Yeah, happy with that?
Yeah.
Let's leave it there.
It wasn't too much of a failure tonight.
I think it was.
It was a success. It was a literal
You're all alive.
Was it?
Yeah, sadly, Casper is still with us.
We lost one of our team.
We did lose a member of the team.
Yeah, we lost one.
I mean, we didn't lose him. We know exactly where he.
Well, we didn't lose him. We kind of abandoned him under a body of blue coats.
He's in good hands. Well-trained hands.
At least now.
They've got his best intentions at heart. Yeah.
He's getting 3 square meals a day.
Yeah.
And plenty of exercise.
By the way, for Umbra to get downtime actions trying to find a way to get rid of Casper.
Yeah. I think that's fair, actually. Yeah.
Umbra just turns on Casper and eats him.
Yeah.
And he's never seen or heard from again.
Definitely.
So you find that Tom will just use his downtime actions to attune with Umbra and just be like, "Good kitty."
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad Keith showed up. That's probably why we've retained some this evening.
What are you on about? Don't be daft.
Everybody loves
Solo. He hasn't been for a couple of weeks.
It's not a cat stream.
Cat stream.
Not a cat stream.
It's got a cat on it. It's a cat stream.
It's a cat stream right now. He's the star of the show.
I mean, should I get it? I can make it a dog stream really easily.
He looks so pissed off right now.
What's his tea?
He's going to murder everybody.
Quick, introduce a dog. Make it a collected animal
cat
stream.
Or me?
Both.
Oh, right,
one will just be slower.
Want your tea, don't you?
Yeah.
Let's not get hooked up on the cat, guys.
Cat stream.
Another cat stream. Thank you very much to Mark for running that.
This is what the audience thinks about cat.
Dog stream.
Oh.
Mind you, that's a dog that looks very pissed off in that picture as well, right?
It's just mid-yawn. It's what he thinks about cat.
It's not a cat stream.
Cat stream.
It is a cat stream. Look at him. Look at his face.
Oh man, he looks so angry. He looks so angry.
Yeah. So God, it's not a pet stream. Thank you guys for coming and watching. Nobody just gave 100 bits then, so I don't need to thank you for that.
I'm with Infinity in this one.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Thank you guys for watching. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you to Mark for running this game. It's been fun. It will be back in 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks' time.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah.
Thank
you all for watching.
Keith, stop.
Tomorrow we've
Dog
got
stream.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes. Thank you.
Which being run by Croy.
Yes, who is currently showing a picture of a dog.
Dog stream.
My dog.
Does that mean we have to we have to pretend that he doesn't exist?
Dog stream.
Blades will be back on Friday. Friday the 19th. Blades will be back. Tomorrow is
Dungeons and Dragons.
2 games of Dungeons and Dragons occurring for the IMT team tomorrow.
D&D Saturday.
D&D Saturday tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah, and then next week it is D&D and Mutants and Masterminds. And
Tuesday
is we are doing a cheeky midweek.
The final part of those Dark Places, which we started last Friday. But
yeah, so if you haven't seen those Dark Places, I think it is up now.
It's on the Twitch channel at the moment.
Right, it's on the Twitch channel, so it's not on
YouTube
YouTube yet. So you'll have to watch it on Twitch. but it will be up on YouTube hopefully before Tuesday.
Before Tuesday, yes, it will be. But yeah,
So go in and catch up because the guys played really well and it was
good.
They were investigating and going in as a really good company going in to do a proper investigation, and there was no causing fights or anything.
Didn't cause nothing. They started it.
And if you were to ask them how far they are in the investigation,
We know
Yeah.
somebody did a thing.
We have suspicions.
No
Somebody
spoilers. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Something happened to somebody,
No spoiler.
and
that's it. There is no spoilers.
Somebody's
But
not
nothing
watched
happened.
it
I've only got half an hour left. I'm going to watch it after I finish here.
yet. Oh, that's the good half hour.
Yeah.
I
That's
enjoyed
when we
it.
actually do something.
Yeah.
Guys, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I really
It was.
did enjoy that.
I enjoyed watching it. It
I was
it
really,
good.
I was mining in
Yeah.
the Nether in virtual reality, and I was listening to your stream, and some of the noises in the background were melding in with the noises I was hearing from the game and the voices, and it actually felt like I was almost on that planet with you. So it was great.
Oh.
Thank you so much for that. I really enjoyed it.
yeah,
Yeah, it was good.
So yeah. So we
Infinity?
Yeah.
we are hoping
Congrats,
to
you're-
to see that happening, and
Yeah.
we were going to do Trail of Cthulhu. We're not sure because we still couldn't get that extra player to play Trail, so we're now debating what to play. Mark's talking about casting the runes. Yeah, and because of the popularity of the. Because I mean, if not, we're going to play it. Because I love Trail. And I love Cthulhu. Boy has offered to do a Cthulhu Dark.
Right in a Cthulhu
Yeah.
Dark, yep.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Cthulhu has filed for a restraining order. He doesn't have you back.
And,
I just love investigating and stuff like that. But
Really sorry to chat then because I muted Ange by mistake.
Look at that, Andy fucked it.
Yeah.
That's what.
I wasn't saying
Jared thinks.
anything.
I think what Ange needs is Murder She Wrote, the TTRPG.
Actually, Brindlewood Bay, if you're looking for that, it's Murder She Wrote mixed with Cthulhu. So there you go. That's your game, Ange.
Okay.
Yep.
My mistake, you
Everybody
knobber.
gets to play old ladies investigating.
I'm an old lady. I can investigate.
Yeah.
I don't know what you heard, but what
Uh,
I said was amazing.
It's
I
on
bought you some tea
itch.io.
and scones.
Yeah.
Anybody
I
like
think we're a
some?
little a little bit.
Marjorie,
Right.
don't spill the tea on the Necronomicon.
Margaret!
No. Right, we won't waste any
No,
more
we
of
have
your
to do it
time.
now as a one shot.
No.
Oh,
Not gonna
man.
wait any
If anyone wants to play
I'm invested.
Cthulhu on a Tuesday night that's not streamed and you want to learn the game, just give us a shout, because I love
That's Trailer
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
I love Cthulhu and I want to play it. Oh, though I'm not playing in this one.
You're not playing it, so
Damn it.
you
You can still join
There
anyway,
you go,
because
you're
I'll
the
just...
extra player.
hush your mouth.
Fuck. Oh well, I've just talked myself out. Yeah, join
Yeah.
anyway, because Mark's
So
got this.
we're playing
Me
Cast in
and
the
Croy
Rooms.
played this campaign, and it is really good. And if you want, it is a really good campaign.
It is.
We just need that extra player.
So if you
Or
want
Keith
to
will have to play.
if you want to get involved, join our Discord and get in touch, and we'll get you in on that.
Launch.
Yeah, so thank you very much everyone for watching. Thank you for turning up. Thank you for running the game. And thank you to everyone who's dropped bits and subscribed. And thank you to the mysterious person who has bought some merch off us already. Well done, thank you. I hope
Yeah.
it works well.
Mystery.
Wasn't that wide? Didn't we go through this?
No,
I love
Lars
it.
and somebody else.
I mean, they don't know.
Oh,
I love the yeah. It's like whoever bought the merch, well done. Congratulations for figuring out the checkout process. We're very proud.
Well done for
congratulations for not running into the Shopify Chrome bug that they haven't fixed.
Yeah,
Oh.
definitely. So yeah, thank you very much, and we're gonna hand you over to somebody who doesn't normally stream at this point, but is streaming Dungeons and Dragons. So go when I send you over to our lovely friend Elven Kari. Please spam our emotes. please disrupt her chat.
Oh, Elvin. Cool.
And
Can we swear? And don't forget, kids, drinking and smoking is...
Stop saying that at the end of every stream.
We're off. See you guys.
Set it in the
again.
middle as well.
Bye.